because I promise you one day I'm going to save the Double XP podcast. It's going to happen. There's no way around it. Even though yesterday's Double XP was one of my favorite episodes by far. Miss Click was amazing. She shocked the world with some of her vocabulary teams. But it was overall a great show. But I am Fame Entertainment. I have my sister here, the floor hugger.
What's up, y'all? I am just so glad to be hanging out here with my big brother, talking all kinds of nonsense, just being two dumbasses together, talking about gaming. And I hope you guys enjoy it. Make sure to leave some topics if you guys think we should talk about some stuff. And tell people who you are, Fame, because they may not know.
I am the back of level 1, not the face like you, pretty girl. I am the back of level 1. It ain't pretty. It's pimples on that back. It's some hair on that back. But you know what? You need a back to survive. So that's me, man. I'm just here because you allow me to be. So no. I got it all tweeted out on the tweets, I think, before we get live. So I do want to say, if you are listening to this on Spotify, thank you, because we've come to find out that people are actually listening to us on Spotify and iTunes. So thank you. I got to get yesterday's episode 2XP up and running, and then I will get this episode up and running on there as well. Our interview with Navigante is up. And then we will have our interview with Delilah up as well. So make sure you guys are checking that out. We really appreciate all the support from level1gaming.com. So we're going to get right into it if you're ready.
I'm always ready, you know.
So Amazon, let me actually go back further. Remember when people were talking with Phil, I forgot who was speaking with him, and he said that the competition for Microsoft was Google and Amazon. And people are like, no, your competition is Sony and Nintendo. And he was like, you know, this isn't verbatim, so don't worry about it. That's not what he said. It's not verbatim, but in total, basically he was saying was Amazon is a problem. Can be a problem. Google can be a problem. Streaming is going to be big next gen. He predicted that. Well, today we get Amazon Luna, right? And if you guys look at the thumbnail, that is Amazon Luna. So here's some details about this system, right? This streaming service. So it's going to be $5.99 a month, 4K 60 FPS on select titles. It'll be coming to PC, Mac, and iOS, which with the whole thing with Game Pass, didn't see that coming. Android would be coming later. So when this drops, you will have Game Pass on Android and Luna on iOS, right? If you want to do the phone wars. The phone wars are just as bad as console wars, right? I mean,
oh god, yeah,
just as bad, right? It's
horrible.
It's going to have more than 100 games available. It's going to be powered by AWS, of course, and it will have Twitch integration. And so the big thing here is the $5.99 a month, which can rival Game Pass depending on the quality of games that are in the service. And unlike Stadia, to where they charge you a month, they charge you each month, plus they charge you for a game, this is going to be more along the lines of Game Pass, where they have a library of games. You pay $5 a month, and you go out and play these games.
Yeah.
Stadia was it was DOA when Stadia came out, especially when Game Pass was like xCloud was like, yeah, we're gonna add this in here. All you need is Xbox, Game Pass, Ultimate or whatever. It was DOA. Plus, with the way that their infrastructure is set up, is terrible. This, however, can be a problem. I don't see the $6 a month being sustainable. I mean, Microsoft put it into Xbox Game Pass Ultimate, not just Xbox Game Pass, right? Because they want the Ultimate users, the $15 a month users, right? I don't see how long this is going to be feasible for this price. I do not see. I'm interested in seeing what titles will be 4K 60, right? And what type of connection are you going to need to, have. I mean, I'm assuming you got a 5G phone, is my assumption.
Most people probably.
Yeah. Or unless, they have this on the TV, so it's going to be a dongle stick to stick in their TV if you're not playing on the go. The Twitch integration is going to be cool. I think that'll be. I mean, I don't think a lot of people really necessarily use it, because most people prefer to use a capture card. and what games are available, right?
Yeah.
That's gonna be my
Well, we know
guess.
for sure Ubisoft is bringing Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Far Cry 6, and Phoenix Immortal Rising. And Control for sure is going to be on there. Because Control's on everything. And
Controls on
Skyrim.
everything. Oh yeah, because Skyrim, as usual, is on everything. But what are your thoughts on Luna, man? How we feeling on Luna so far? Competition, DOA, wait and see.
I mean, it's definitely competition for Stadia, but Stadia doesn't really. Stadia's dead as far as I'm concerned. Google came at it with, we're just going to throw our money at it and people are going to like it. Like Dallas said last night, if money was the way to win, Google would have won because they threw tons of money into Stadia. This reminds me of when this Rona started. One of the marketing people for Netflix said the biggest competition isn't other streaming services; it's video game services because you can only watch so much TV. You can watch 4 hours of TV or 4 hours of Netflix or 2 movies in a day, but you can spend like 16 hours playing a game. So they're competing with gaming. Now, where we get into it, because we're hella deep into the streaming services and all this, is we have Game Pass, which is the penultimate. It's the big boy. It's the one you want. Luna might be the next one if it's good, but Game Pass is still going to be the one. Then we got the $20 a month Uplay service, which I don't know if that's going to happen. If you don't have Game Pass, you have to pay for EA Access. There's a few more out there that I just can't remember. I know Humble Bundle has its own like subscription service that you subscribe to. It's like, what point is it enough or is it too much? I don't know what Luna's going to do. I don't know what hardware specs are going to be. I don't know what their server specs are going to be, because there's no point in streaming a game if it runs like the Stadia. And how are you going to optimize for people that don't have a 5G phone, that maybe still have a 3G phone? Because, phones are expensive and maybe they don't have the best plan. I want to see more info and more tech on that side. The price is nice, but not for what you could get, not what you will be getting.
I want to go to your point when you at what point is somebody has to die, right? Luna, Stadia, Xbox Game Pass, somebody has to die. As gamers, as much as we'll buy, a million consoles, I don't see gamers. Oh yeah, I'm an Xbox Game Pass Ultimate subscriber. I subscribe to Google Stadia, which I don't understand the idiot that would do that. And also, yeah, I'm doing Amazon Luna. Somebody has to die, right? It's we're going to get to where it's like oversaturation. We know at one point before Microsoft bought Bethesda, Bethesda were doing Osiris, or something with an O. We talked about this last night. So they were, trying to get into the game. It's almost this is worse than I got too many browsers on my PC. Don't do that. There we go. We're back.
Too many launchers.
Yeah, I mean, it's too many subscriptions. I pick one, stick with it, let the others die. And I don't want that to be looked at. Oh, you want a monopoly? You don't like that's not what I'm saying. But it's going to get to the point to where everyone's going to be gatekeeping. See, the thing with right now, right, with these services, is there's going to be different third-party studios on each service, right? Microsoft, Luna, Stadia, whatever case may be. But what happens when those people say, instead of me doing this, let me go ahead and make my own. And then that's when you get, like Ubisoft has their $20 a month, and you start getting more and more stream. Like what's next? Like it's gonna get ridiculous at some point. Somebody has to die, and I say this not to come off as an Xbox fanboy, but if one wasn't to die, I would say it is Game Pass. It's simply the fact that it's the game Xbox game streaming, because it's bundled in with Game Pass. So I'm cool on my PC, on my console, on my phone. I'm cool across the board. I already have the hardware. You know what I'm saying? I'm already invested into the ecosystem as well. I just don't see I don't see how that can survive. And like I said, the Twitch integration is cool, but anyone who's actually streaming on Twitch is not going to stream on Twitch like this.
No.
Anyone who's actually like legitimately doing it, like remember there was a big boom on YouTube, and I was one of them, right? There was a big boom on YouTube when this generation of consoles came out because you could stream directly from the console to whatever service, whether it was Twitch, Mixer, or Beam, YouTube, right? So it was a big surge of everybody becoming a YouTuber or a streamer all of a sudden, right?
I remember that.
But that was just for people like me who had no idea what they were doing. It was just doing it. It was just messing around because the people who are actually doing it or have a PC and a capture card.
I forgot about. I've never streamed from the console.
It was terrible.
Like you just said, there's certain things I like in my stream setup and maintaining quality that you just got to route it through a PC sometimes.
It was super, super limited, like extremely limited. The visual quality was bad. The sound quality was bad because you were literally using like a gamer mic, not an actual mic. And like we thought we was doing something, but at the end of the day, it really wasn't doing anything. So I see why they put Twitch integration in there because it's a talking point, but it really means nothing. It means nothing.
No. I mean, it's an Amazon product. You expect it to come with Twitch.
Exactly. Now, if it was like, heck, I don't know, somehow do something with Prime, you can make it more sexy. Mm-hmm. If you do something, some I don't know what, because it's $5 a month. But if you somehow integrate this into Prime, now then Microsoft would have an issue.
Yeah,
Microsoft would have, because Prime is freaking Prime. Prime is Prime. It's everybody has it. If you don't have Netflix, if you don't have Hulu, I guarantee you got Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
Because no one likes paying for shipping. I could spend $300 on stuff, and if it's $5.99 for shipping, I won't buy it.
Cancel.
Right? It's over. If I see something somewhere or some site, first thing I'm gonna do is let me see if it's on Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Because I want free shipping. Now, if this doesn't take off, that's the first thing they're going to do. Now included in Amazon Prime.
I mean,
then you got me.
It's going to happen.
What reason would I have not to do it at that point? Right? I have no reason because I have Amazon Prime. I'm on Luna, baby. Like, just to try it out. Why not? I just think that's where it's going to go eventually. That's just me.
Well, I mean, Twitch is integrated with Prime too, so it's just the next logical step.
Yes, it is. And
I mean, I hope they do better than they did with Crucible because I played that when it was in beta.
Is that the game
came out,
went back to beta?
And went back into beta. Okay.
I've never heard of a game leaving beta. I've heard leaving alpha and leaving beta, but never leaving full release back into beta. You might as well just cancel the game. Just cancel the game.
It's not bad. It's just not. It can't compete with the big boys that are out there in its genre. But anyway, you were talking also about when is the limit with PC launchers. And Dallas was talking about this because now he's starting to lose feeling in his legs. He's a PC gamer. The amount of launchers on PC is kind of ridiculous because then you got Steam, you have Bethesda has their launcher,
Windows Store,
Ubisoft has their launcher,
or Windows or Xbox
Windows
or whatever
Store,
it is.
Yeah, Xbox One. And then if you play certain games like Secret Worlds, they have their own launcher. Star Wars, The Old Republic has its own launcher. Mm-hmm. What I do is I use Play Night, which is just packs them all together in one place.
Play Night. I think you put me on Play Night. You still have to use the launchers.
Yeah. It still uses the launchers to launch the games, but you don't have to go to the individual launchers. It's like, okay, do we need something like that? But if we get to the point where I need something like that for my subscription services, I'm going to start canceling services. I have no problem spending that $400 or $500 on one console, day one drop. But if I'm spending $100 a month on subscription services, something's wrong. Something's got to change.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think Microsoft would have got away with having Xbox game streaming a separate service. Like you have Xbox Game Pass, okay, Xbox Game Pass for 10, Xbox Game Pass Ultimate for 15, and then Xbox Game Streaming for 5. No. So they were smart. You know what? You got Ultimate, here's streaming. They're going to have to do the exact same thing for Luna. This isn't going to work.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to have some people try it out, and they're going to say, you know what, I'm already going to pay $100 a month for streaming to my television.
Yeah.
You know, and my console is right here. Like, am I really about to do that? No, I'm not. But if you put it into Prime, you have a chance people subscribing to Prime. Because anyone who's on the edge, because at first I used to not have Prime. It used to be like, you know, if you spent like $35, you automatically got free shipping. That used to be me back in the day, and I was like, this is stupid. I don't want to have to spend $35 all the time, right? But if you're telling me, you know, then someone who doesn't have Prime, all right, you know, $15 a month, you get a free Twitch sub, you're getting these free games every month, you're getting free shipping. Oh, and you can stream 100 games. It's a no-brainer. Absolute no-brainer. At some point, this will be into it would have to be into Prime, because when it comes out, it's gonna be the new hotness. I know people who had stated. I'm in San Antonio, Texas, at the Airbnb with J-Dub, and he served himself up a big old L trying to game in the Airbnb on that stadium. Like, it was a complete L. So I know people who signed up and was paying. Like, hey, I love Jay, but he took the L with that stadium. He was hyping it up. I ain't seen him talk about Stadia since that day in San Antonio. I ain't heard him talk about it since then. So this is what's going to happen with this. It's going to drop. People are going to try to compare it to Game Pass, say it's the next big thing, and then you won't hear about it for a couple of months, and then the next thing we look up, it's going to say, hey, it's inside of Prime. Forgot where I was going at. Shout out to the people that are watching, man. We appreciate y'all coming through. We appreciate y'all.
I think that it's good that this Luna, at least from the onset, from what we've seen, is coming with some interesting features, some things. Because I think, you guys know, I hate monopolies. Because, I mean, monopolies are usually so anti-consumer. And it's nice that Luna has some good features, and it seems to be on par with what we're seeing from Game Pass so far that we can see. It's like when Epic came out. The reason my biggest problem with Epic is, besides the scummy business practices, you guys know I love to talk about business practices.
Yes, indeed.
Is it just doesn't have the same features, the base features of Steam. You want to buy a game, you got to do it one at a time. You don't have a cart, you don't achievements anyway. Luna seems to be having, if not quite the same features, at least they have the base features that Game Pass does, which is nice. They're not starting at a lower bar and then like, oh yeah, we'll get to it eventually. No, launch with the same bar and then move up from there.
Yeah.
What's up, y'all?
One thing they did get right is that controller. The controller.
It's an Xbox controller.
It looks. In a lot of ways,
or it's
yes.
A Steam controller.
The not PlayStation, the Switch Pro controller. In a way, I kind of get vibes from that. But where they got right, and we talked about this last night, because it drive me nuts. They got the B and A in the right spot. I don't know what Nintendo. Just why they decided to put B at the bottom and A to the right. That drives me nuts. They got it right here. A and B, where Xbox has it, that's the right spot. They have the offset thumbsticks, which I prefer. No knock against the DS4. Yes. I love the DS4, but asymmetrical is just not my thing. Offsetting thumbsticks are just much more comfortable to me. Don't ask me why. It's just a personal preference. So they got some things going for itself in the controller. The controller looks really nice. Now how it feels is going to be a different thing, but it looks really nice, right? So they get a plus from that. The 4K 60. Okay. How many titles is going to be? Like, I'm interested in seeing doing something like a Destiny at 4K 60 or a bigger title. Don't just tell me
4K 60.
Yeah, don't just tell me it's just smaller games, because I'm like, no. If you're telling me 4K 60, baby, I'm gonna need something heavy. Daddy gonna need something big. Otherwise, we just paying. Pause. Time out, Bucko. I'm not gonna play with you. Oh, God. You could have just let me make it and was like, hey, Fame, go back to 18 minutes in and check what you said.
You know I
Wow.
can't do that. Because Dallas would have been
Wow.
like, I heard what you said. Baron would have been
Wow.
on you, boy. Pause.
Petty Betty. But
I am. I can't help myself.
to my point, I don't want most games being 1080-30. Then what's the point?
Mm.
You're gonna tell me
Yeah.
4K? You know what says selected titles? I'm gonna need it 9 times out of 10 because we're going into a generation to where 1080-30 ain't acceptable on no platform. Like I say that while xCloud is doing 720 30 until they upgrade the blades. But Game Pass is more than just the streaming. This is just streaming standalone. There's nothing else. There's no Prime included. At least Xbox game streaming, I get Xbox Game Pass on my PC and on my console. So I'm gonna give you that. But Xbox ain't got too much longer. For update them blades, fam. Like, cause they using Xbox One S. Is what they're using. They need to make that thing 1X or Series X so we can get 4K something, 4K 60, 1440 60 something. Because 720p 30 is only okay for me right now because everything else I'm not paying extra for game streaming. So it is what it is. Ooh.
And I want to see the library they're coming with. Like I said, we're confirmed. I don't know what kind of deal Ubisoft's got with people, but Ubisoft is usually the one that's always on these. Like Stadia was like, yeah, you can play Odyssey 4K 60. Well, you can't play 4K 60. We all Stadia, stop. But so far it's been confirmed Valhalla, Phoenix Rising, Immortal Phoenix Rising, and Far Cry 6 are going to be on there. It's like, I want to see the game library because I don't want nothing against indie games. I love indie games with some of our
We love indies.
Best. Yeah. But I'm not gonna pay $5.99 just to play indie titles. I can play them on my PC, get them for half off on a Humble Bundle or itch.io. Like, I want to see the game lineup, and God help me.
Okay,
I'm
you
not
ready?
Playing Control.
Here goes some.
Yeah.
And I want to say it again. $5.99 is an introductory price. So if it's just $6 a month for now. I promise you it'll be 10 and 15. So Amazon says there'll be 100 games will be available via the Luna Plus channel, and launch will include Resident Evil 7, Control, Panzer Dragoon, A Plague's Tale, why is it called The Surge 2? Isn't it just Surge 2? Is it really the in front of it?
Technically, it is the Surge.
I've never heard nobody say, I want to play the Surge. It's usually Surge and Surge 2. But
let me look this up because now that's bothering me.
That bothers the. Is it the? Is it really the?
It is the Surge 2.
Wow, no, that's just Surge 2, baby. We're not gonna put that the there.
That's a good game though. It's better than the first one.
Okay,
I will say that.
I haven't played the second one. I hated the first one, and I got the first one for free.
The second one is like way better.
I got the first one for free. I got the Ultimate Edition, whatever it was, for free, and I was like 45 minutes in. I was like, I'm uninstall this. I'm good. Because I don't like. It's technically a Souls type.
It is a Soulsborne. Yeah.
I'm good on that. So Surge 2, Yooka-Laylee.
The Surge 2. I love you.
Yooka-Laylee, Grid, Abzu, A Brother Tale of Two Sons, and they say Amazon says more titles will be added over time. Players who subscribe to this channel will have access to Ubisoft titles like we talked about, and access to new titles when the channel launches on Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Far Cry 6, Immortal Phoenix Rising, like you said, same day as they release. So this makes me wonder, what's the difference between the $5.99 Luna and Luna Plus? That's like there has to be a different pricing, right? Because that reads to me like you're going to get 100. Because there's no way you're getting games like Far Cry 6, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Phoenix Rising, same day as release for $6 a month. I'm calling shenanigans.
You know what that pricing is? If you read, players who subscribe to this channel get their favorite Ubisoft titles up to 4K. So I bet you that price increase is the 4K.
So it looks like there's Luna and then Luna Plus. Because they in the article it talks, and I'm using The Verge as reference, they talk about like two different things. They first start the article talking about just Luna, when Luna launches, Luna. And then it says games will be available on Luna Plus channel. So it seems as if you got the $5.99 for just a basic Luna. and then you're having to pay more for Luna Plus. What that is, I don't know.
Which is probably the 4K.
To go along, Amazon also announced its own Alexa-enabled controller. It's a controller we see on the thumbnail for you guys here, which would be $50 during the early access period. So it won't be $50 for long.
You can't charge that much for that.
So at some point it'll be $60, which is what the Xbox controller is going for, and hopefully not $70, which is what the DualSense, the PS5 controller is going for, $70. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm really wanting to see what that has to be a price difference between this. This sounds like two different services between Luna and Luna Plus.
Yeah. Probably, maybe, like Baron is saying, maybe free games, maybe 1 or 2 free games. But then technically all the games are free because you're already paying for them.
Exactly.
Because it's streaming service. Not Stadia streaming service, but an actual streaming service. I bet you that price difference is 1080 to 4K streaming.
I can see that.
Which makes sense. If you don't have a 4K TV, for now, you would pay for just the $5.99 and then upgrade when you get a 4K TV.
Makes it, because believe it or not, no matter what people are telling you guys on social media, not everyone has a 4K television, and if they do, it's not a 4K television that truly takes advantage of, it's not the, QLEDs. I know some people, ain't got an LG, just people be capping. We know it. 4K isn't as widely used as people like to think at this point. I thought it would be by this point, but it's not. And it's crazy because they're already talking about 8K televisions coming out. And
have you seen the price of some of those 8K
ridiculous
televisions?
And 4K
I saw
is a fully
at
adapted.
CES, they brought a 16K, and that thing was like $20,000. Like, why?
Now listen, if I had the money to blow, of course. But what media do you have to take advantage? Where's the 8K media?
There's 8K there's cameras that record in 8K, but since most people post things on YouTube that doesn't allow that, you don't really need 8K. You don't need 4K, really.
You really don't. I'm not gonna lie. That's why I'm so attracted to the Series S. 1440p up to 120 frames per second. The only problem with that console, it doesn't have a disk drive. It's the only thing, because I
like physical.
Let's get physical.
Physical. Oh my god. This is probably people watching that are too young for that.
Yeah. Shout out to Stray. He said that, especially for next gen, we need 60. Yeah, 60 has to be the minimum, which we're already hearing there's going to be a lot of games that's running 30 frames per second next gen. At least at the start, we're going to have to deal with it for a little bit longer, at least for the next year, maybe year and a half. If you're playing on console, only be prepared. It's
not going to be optimized yet.
Yeah. They're not going to fully use these consoles till a couple of years down the road. So, but it is what it is.
And we also talked about this 3 months ago, was what do you prefer? High resolution or beautiful 4K? So I put up the argument that I like depends on the game. For Red Dead Redemption, I would rather it be beautiful and play at 30K or 30 FPS, even though that's not what I played at. I played at 60, but I would rather it look stunning than have high frame rate. If I'm playing Overwatch, I would rather it be low resolution but high frame rate. It depends.
If it's an FPS or a fighter, like Stray said, but they have to be 60. Like, I don't care if it's the Switch. That FPS better be 60 frames a second. Because oh my god, I'm just getting sick trying to play at FPS at 30 frames. No way.
Yeah. That's why I was like, do we really want them to be, you have to force this game when it doesn't need to? Or would you rather them put it into the games that need these specific things? I mean, telling gamers to pick a side is something they're good at, but something they also don't want to do at the same time.
Oh, no, these fools want to pick a side. At least between each other.
That's true.
So,
physical all day.
All day. Physical. We had an article go up today on the website, level1gaming.com. For those who are listening, it is lv1gaming.com. Please come out. We've been getting a lot of support. Please continue to support. check out the website, check out the articles, show the articles out. There's news up daily, opinion pieces up daily, reviews up daily. We constantly have content rolling out for you guys. Thank you guys for all the support you've shown so far. But do us a favor, man. As you're sharing out the podcast on social media, as you're sharing it out from Spotify, iTunes, also make sure you guys check out the website. We really appreciate all the support we get. We have a lot of amazing writers, a lot of new writers that are really just trying to make their footprint in gaming media. Come out and show them some support as well.
And a lot of website exclusive stuff that we don't put on YouTube.
Yes, indeed. And as well, if you're looking yourself into getting into gaming media, there's a link on our website, a contact us link. We are looking for new writers. We're looking to have people come in and help you grow. You want to come in and build your portfolio and get us out to gaming media, please let us know. We are here for you. But yes, lv1gaming.com. Okay. We had an article go up today about Spider-Man remastered PS5. So, here's the deal. If you have Spider-Man PS4, you are not getting the Spider-Man PS5 remastered edition. You're not getting the Spider-Man PS4 game remastered on PS5 for free. It is not a standalone either. The only way to play the remastered version of Spider-Man PS4 on PS5 is to buy Spider-Man Miles Morales Ultimate Edition on PS5, or buy Spider-Man Miles Morales on PS4, and then when it's time to upgrade, if you don't have the PS5 yet, you can pay an additional $20, and then it'll give you access to Spider-Man PS4 remastered on PS5. I don't know how I got that out without.
Yeah.
Wow! Instead of just giving the people who have it on PS4 the upgraded version, and no one seems to be. I'm not gonna say no one, right? Because in the gaming world, Twitter, YouTube, it's a very small and minuscule environment. However, I remember Control and other people getting destroyed for this, and I don't think there's enough people being upset about this. This makes absolutely no sense. If I have the PS4 version, physical,
physical,
right? I should be able to have access to the PS5 version of this game. I'm sorry.
I think so.
It may sound entitled to you, Bucko. It may. But that ain't the case.
Especially for a game
we need
that
some
came
smart
out.
Delivery.
It came out last year, 2019.
Yes.
Okay. I know 2020 has been the longest 10 years of our lives, but especially for a game that came out that was the flagship. Oh my God, am I having a stroke? The flagship title for the console. It makes no sense. And that's the title you're toting for the next system. It makes no sense not to give you a free upgrade. Now, if it's a game like from 5 years ago, that's different. Like do it. Even though I haven't played it yet, and I've heard not great things about it. The Kingdoms of Amalur: Re-Reckoning. If you owned it, you got a major discount. But that game is like 10 years old. A game that's a 1-year-old that you're toting, or it's going to be on the next console. Give me that free upgrade. Don't give me a discount. I'm not buying the game over. I don't understand this kind of business practice.
This is why Xbox Smart Delivery is great, and the Xbox has been funny on Twitter by talking about that a lot today. Xbox UK, but speak with your wallets, because if you don't, they're going to do the same thing to Horizon when Horizon Forbidden West comes out. They're going to do the same thing to God of War Ragnarok when it comes out. Oh, and I guarantee they're going to do it to The Last of Us Part 2.
And that
guarantee
one,
you.
As, not my favorite game. It needs a free upgrade.
Yeah, I did.
Simple as that.
You call me what you want. Xbox this, Xbox that. I got all the PS4 exclusives and played them and beat them. While some of y'all out here talking about it, I'm being about it, fan. I'm just flexing a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
And this is, I know people are probably watching like Xbots. This is a paid X. No, I grew up like Dallas Man. He's one of the other people that's on the 2XP podcast with us. Great guy, does a lot of content for us. He grew up with PlayStation all his gaming life. Me too. That sounded weird to say it like that. Me too. I started on, Nintendo, Sega Genesis, but when it came down to like my first console I could buy, it was a PlayStation 1, and I've stuck with PlayStation. It's only a couple years ago that I started getting into PC gaming. So my allegiance lies with whoever is doing the right by the consumer. And right now it's Xbox. PlayStation doesn't care. The only way they're getting my money is if they bring out Life of Black Tiger 2, because game of the century right there.
PlayStation got your money already. I just think this is, and I don't want to fall into the whole, you guys are just entitled. You're entitled. I don't want to fall into that trap, right? I just honestly think that it's, if y'all are okay with this, they're going to keep doing it. And so before Forbidden West drops and they say, here's Horizon Zero Dawn remastered and you have to pay for it, don't go crying, because Microsoft is saying, hey, here it's just smart delivery, baby. If you already got it, put that disc in. It's going to download the assets to the Xbox Series X version, and there you go. You got the ray tracing, all that good stuff. It's just, I just think it's really crappy.
What thing that you buy for? Oh, that's my stomach. 70 to, if you buy special editions, $200, $300 that you don't get a free upgrade or support for a couple years.
Nothing.
If you like, I just don't understand that. Oh, you buy it and this is it. This is all you're getting. It's like, no. If I were to buy a new phone, I would get support for a couple years.
Yep.
If I buy, I just don't get it. If I buy a graphics card, I'm getting support till the end of the life of the graphics card.
Mm-hmm. But gaming, some certain companies are wanting to say, all right, once you paid your money, you paid your money, and that's it. Pay some more money if you want more or better from this game you already bought. So it is what it is, man. I already played Spider-Man PS4. I beat it. I'm not one of those, now I need to play it ray trace, or I never played it before. The story, what I wanted out of Spider-Man was the story and the gameplay, and the story nor the gameplay changes with the PS5. Right?
It's like a racing game. It's like, oh, look at the graphics. You're going so fast in a racing game. You don't see it half the time.
Like, I got what I wanted out of it.
In Spider-Man.
It's not worth it. I want to play Miles Morales. I can play that on my PS4. That's why I'm like, I know PS5 pre-orders are opening back up tomorrow at GameStop. You're not going to see me stressing myself out online or in the store, because you know what? There's nothing on either console that says I need to have it day one, because everything that's out is also playable on my Xbox One X and on my PS4. However,
and PC,
my little 1060, which ain't died on me yet. I will say, it's hard not to buy a Series S right now.
It's very hard.
Only because it's $300,
right?
1440p. Because Gears 5, 1440p, 120 frames per second.
I mean, you could get that on PC. It's the same. Build your PC.
True, but mind you, I have a gaming laptop, so I have to build the PC from scratch. It's not like I have the PC already and I can just change out the graphics card. I can just pop out my 1060 and pop in a 3080, right? I'm starting from scratch. So I'm looking at $300 or the $2,000 I plan on spending when I built this PC. I don't think my wife knows I'm gonna spend $2,000 though. I told her like $1,500. But it depends. You know what? It's gonna be $1,500 because I'm gonna go with the 3070, and I might even go with the 3060 because the 3060 apparently is a real deal. And people gonna say 3060, that's whack, buddy. I'm on a 1060. That's a jump, baby. That car gonna be because the 3070 is $400.
Canada, I don't know.
I think it's $400. So the 3060 gonna be a $300 car. Of course, it's a jump over my 1060. I am perfectly fine. I don't need a 3090, baby. I don't need to be playing games at 4K, 417,000 frames per second, boo. I don't need that. I'll take a 3070 to replace this 1060 and probably end up spending $1,300 on my PC build, depending on if I go with an i7 or i9.
You wait for NVIDIA to announce the Big Navi, which is their competition, apparently straight competition for the 3080 that's going to be half the price of it.
See? Give me a good old AMD build.
It's like, I don't care NVIDIA AMD one way. All I want is to play games and not spend $1,000. Actually, the 3090 is $2,200 in Canada. So I'm going to try to get my best living PC life. Like, it would be cheaper to buy it, ship it to you, and then ship it to me.
Wow.
I was like, I can't.
That's ridiculous.
I just don't understand it.
Shout out to Baron. 3080 is $500 US. So a 3060, I'm sorry, the 3070 is $500 US. So
3080 is $700,
I believe. The 90 is like 14 or 15. So a 3060, you're looking at $350 to $400. Based off, I'm playing on the 1060 right now. I'm good, but I'm gonna build this PC. I'm gonna go overkill. I'm gonna do 32 gigs of RAM. I'm rocking with a 16. I want to prove everything right now. Right now, I'm running the i7 770, and I want to go and 16 gigs. I want to go 32. Like I'm gonna up everything, man. So I'm super excited.
Make sure you get multiple hard drives, because I have 6 hard drives in my PC.
You know what?
It's heavy.
The SSD, the external SSD I have right now isn't really an external SSD. It's your internals. It's internal, and I'm using an external casing.
Yep.
Ghetto.
I mean,
we're gonna.
If it works, it works.
It works. But we're gonna get up out of here. Anything left before we get on about our business?
So in non-gaming news, but still kind of nerd news, we saw the WandaVision trailer, which was really cool.
Yes.
It's interesting because you're seeing like, I'm trying to think of the game that was like that, but everything looks perfect, but you're seeing like cracks that are happening. And if you follow the comics, Wanda is gonna go insane and tear the worlds in the universe apart. But it's gonna be interesting to see how they do it on TV. And I love me some Elizabeth Olsen, so her as Scarlet Witch more, yes, awesome. Sega's working on a Yakuza movie, which we don't know more details about. They're working with, who are they working with? Some movie studio that is good with games like that. Or movie games. Let's hope it's good. Let's hope it follows in like the Sonic path, because that was probably the best video game movie that we've seen recently. What else? Black Widow's been delayed. They were going to put it on Disney Plus, but after the Mulan fiasco, they're waiting till, I think probably going to wait till theaters open back up. Well, the Mulan fiasco, and then the Scarlett Johansson, that this movie is going to be a woke movie. They got scared. So they're probably going to wait till theaters open back up and put it back on theaters, which is kind of disheartening because it was already delayed. But then that makes room for Winter Soldier and Falcon to probably get some filming time out. So I don't know what to think yet. Disney don't know what it's doing with any of its titles.
Nope. And good luck if they will anytime soon. I'm just waiting on Mulan to not be $30 no more before we can watch it, because I'm not paying $30 and ain't no Mushu, ain't no singing.
Yeah. It's a good movie if you take the Mulan title. It's an okay movie if you take the Mulan title off of it and just look at it as another Asian martial arts movie. And then you're like, oh yeah, this is not a bad movie. But then you're like, oh, this is supposed to be Mulan. Even if you've never watched the Disney Mulan and you know the Ballad of Mulan from ancient China, you're like, oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. Mushu, come on. But yeah. That's it in nerd news outside of gaming.
I need to come up with a song, Nerd News Section, and let you go on. I end it with, this was Nerd News Section. Something stupid like that. I want a soundboard. You're going to let me have a soundboard at some point. It's happening.
Eventually. Question from Fusion. I want to trade in my X into GameStop for the $200 trade-in credit towards the next-gen console. Do you know if it's still possible with pre-orders being sold out?
I think the pre-order has to be available. and it looks like when you can do this up until the console release, but I would not be shocked to see it go through the end of the month. The console release is November 10th. I know when I spoke to them, they are honoring it. The store said they're going to honor it up until the 10th, but I've seen these deals go before, and they usually last a month. Like trade in your, it might not be exactly, it might be 175 instead of 200. But they're definitely gonna be some type of deal going at least through the end of the month. I guarantee you, especially with us being right next to Black Friday. There's no way that there's no way it doesn't go through the end of November. I almost guarantee you. Call your local GameStop and ask them. They're probably going to tell you until the 10th because that's what I think that they only can say the 10th. I don't think they can say end of the month. But I almost guarantee, I'm not going to bet eating a hat like Demi did, but I almost guarantee you that deal's going to go through at least until Black Friday weekend. When the console is out, you're probably still going to be able to get that deal going. I almost guarantee it. So,
I live in Canada, and EB Games is different, so I don't know. Same company, just different international headquarters.
Stupid.
There it is.
It's been real.
Stupid.
We'll be back next Wednesday for level 127 of the Double XP podcast next Wednesday. I don't know who our guest will be just yet. I think that's something we'll sit and talk about. If you missed if you missed yesterday's episode with Miss Click, the wonderful Miss Click,
oh my gosh,
who came out of character for a second, check it out. It is up. And of course, we'll be doing Take 2 level 6 next Thursday. Once again, get your game news from LV1Gaming.com. Do me a big favor, guys. Do me a favor, guys. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Please share this out to social media. Every single share, even if you don't have a big following, every single share, every single like is super important. Thank you guys for helping us grow. We're going to get up out of here. I am Fame Entertainment.
I'm the Floor Hugger. If you'd like to join our Discord, shoot us a message on Twitter too, and we'll add you.
And we're out here, guys. Peace.
Arigato.
Domi arigato, miss.